Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Today is the first video in a series of 3. This is our 2023 holiday catalog paper sampler and sketch series. Now, if you don't know about our paper samplers, we started this with the annual catalog. It's an open-ended paper sampler, and you will get 11 paper samples from the holiday catalog or online exclusives. We are reserving the the option right now to substitute papers that may not be available to keep our open-ended paper sampler going. All right, so what is this? It is a holiday catalog paper sampler. You are going to get your paper samples and either your shortcut card sketch binder with 9 card sketches inside. That's a starter pack. Or your holiday catalog paper sampler with 11 different paper samples and the 3 brand new sketches. All right, so we are revealing in this series 3 new sketches. There will be a total of 9. 6 are public on the blog right now. The only way to get the binder and the laminated sketches is to join us for our paper sampler and sketch series. How do you do that? Well, email me for the links to pay. Because it's a paper sampler, I can't put it in the store and I can't put it on the blog, but I can email you the links. All right, so let's take a look here. Our shortcut card sketch binder. If you got this with last annual catalog sampler, then you have shortcut card sketches 1 through 6 in your binder. I like to use my binder with these thin page protectors from Amazon. I'll put a link. And then I add behind each sketch the ideas that are posted at Kitchen Table Stamper for that sketch. So you can see there's a pedal park, Christmas, something beautiful for the fall. All done with that sketch. We are going to use shortcut card sketch number 7 today. Brand new. There it is. Revealed to you for the first time. Our card is going to feature this sketch. And we're going to use the paper from Merry Bright and Bold. All right, so let's take a look at the paper sampler. If you've never had a Kitchen Table Stamper paper sampler, there's our card. This is how they will come to you. They will come to you with your 11 paper samples. We pack it in a brick like this. That's your thank you card. There's a video for that on the blog already. Last time we had so many requests for a video for our thank you card. We did that first this time. All right, when you get the paper sampler from Kitchen Table Stamper, you just flip it over. You'll see the divider card has the name of the paper, the item number, the price, the coordinating colors, and where you go to get some more. And these will vary just slightly depending on what group you're in and what Stampin' Up! Has available. So we will have 11 different paper samples. You can see what we project. On the blog, we'll add a link to more information about the sampler, but we will be substituting some with the new online exclusives that are so awesome. All right, so we're going to use this Merry Bold and Bright Designer Series paper, and we're going to get to work with shortcut card sketch number 7. All right, let me show you our card and we'll get started. So this is our card today. I just love the die set that comes with the Merriest Trees bundle. Now the stamps are going to be very useful. I love this big tree, and the dies are the cool part though. So you can cut the whole big tree, but there's also a die that does, instead of 5 layers, there's a die that does 4 layers. There's a die that does 3 layers. There's a die that does 1 layer. So you can, 2 layers and 1 layer. So you can make this tree as tall or as short as you want by die cutting it at any of the levels. So really cool for using multiple trees on one card and getting that perspective, that high-low. But there's also a really amazing tag in this die set that makes it really worth the price of admission. So we've got that beautiful tag die, and it's got this cool reinforcer. So this is a great way to add a pop of color. Like you can see here, we have the tags in Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade, and then we did that reinforcer with shaded spruce, so you get lots of color, and this tag is just going to be forever useful. All right, so let's start with our card base here, because it's how we use the sketches, right? So A is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I've got thick basic white for my card base. And let's go ahead and get the bone folder on this. Now, because crafty girls do what they want, and these sketches are suggestions, they're a place to get started, they're inspiration, they're not rules set in stone, we are going to modify up just a little bit. Layer B is 4 by 5 1/4. And instead what we did 3 3/4 by 5. So we're just gonna make it a little bit smaller. We're gonna frame in this layer a little bit better. And then we have our designer series paper strips. And we've got 3 all designer series papers as cardstock or designer series paper pieces, 1 by 4. So there's our Merry Bright and Bold designer series paper. Let's go ahead and get these layers down on the card. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and add some texture to our basic white panel. I've got the new Christmas Tidings embossing folder, and I think that this embossing folder is perfect with the designer series paper. So let's go ahead and add a little texture to our white 3 3/4 by 5-inch panel. Now, Christmas Tidings is a standard embossing folder, so we're going to set this up to take a standard embossing folder, and that is with the #1 platform, and then #3 cutting pad. We're going to pop our paper into the folder. I like to use the line across the Stampin' Up logo to make sure that our font reads level, and then we're going to give that a crank. Look at how cute that is. The little gingerbread guy and the words. And because we lined up along that line, we've got nice level greetings. All right, let's get our pieces back in here. And we're going to start building this up according to the sketch. I've got some liquid glue, and I'm going to center this beautiful textured panel right on the front of our card. And then I'm going to add our designer series paper. I'm going to start with the 2 kind of outside here. And then I'm going to pop the green in there. That's how it's drawn in the sketch. In our sample, I've got my green kind of tucked under, but because of the Poppy Parade tag, I want to see how it looks with them a little bit laid out a little bit differently. So just the little details. Like I said, though, the sketch is really just a suggestion. It's a place to get your creative juices flowing and inspiration. All right, so now we're going to go to D. D is any shape of your choice. And we're going to do this tag from the Merriest Trees. And I've already done the Poppy Parade and then the reinforcer from Shaded Spruce. We're going to cut one more tag from Granny Apple Green. All right, so let's grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and let's get this tag cut out. And there it is. I think you're going to use this tag again and again. Now, let's do some more fun. So we're layering up textures and patterns, right? And we're going to take our Abundant Beauty decorative masks. There's a beautiful snowflake in that set of masks. We're going to pop our tag onto some scratch paper, and then we're going to lay the mask over the tag, really kind of paying attention to where the snowflakes fall. We want to really get a great representation of those snowflakes. It's a subtle textural detail on the whole card that layers with the embossed background and the fun, bold designer series papers. And just a really cool way to add a little extra pop of texture and technique to your card. So you're going to take your blending brush and tap on the Granny Apple Green, and then you're going to, in small circles, apply your ink to the stencil. And you really want to saturate each of these little areas. Make sure that you're really getting the ink into each of the openings. You'll use multiple taps and light pressure and small circles to transfer this beautiful snowflake pattern onto the tag. Don't worry about cleanup. Cleanup is a breeze. When you're done with your stencil, you just take it to the sink and run cool water over it until the ink runs clean. All right, when you think that you've got all the little dots and flakes filled in, you can hold the edge and lift the mat. Looks really good from that side. We're going to hold the edge over here and lift the mat. Looks really good from that side. I think we got a little spot right here that I want a little more ink. And then, ready for the reveal? There it is. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a subtle detail that layers up with all of the other wonderful colors and patterns and textures we've got going on with this card. We're going to do some stamping in just a second here, but while we're stamping, let's give our tag a few minutes to dry. So we're going to go ahead and fold this little reinforcer. I like to do it inside out first so that when you fold it right side, it doesn't crack here. We don't want to see the cardstock all cracked, and it's kind of has a tendency to, I've noticed. So fold it inside out first. Now we're going to add a little bit of glue to the top half of our Poppy Parade tag and layer our Granny Apple Green tag. Then on the inside of our enforcer, we're going to go around the little holes. And what I like to do with this is line it up from the front so it's nice and straight over that hole, and then fold it to the back, and then holds for a second while your glue grips. Now give this a second to dry while we do some stamping. We're combining the Merriest Trees bundle with the Merry and Bright stamp set. I love this stamp set. These greetings mix and match are so easy to cut out, and then you can build. We're doing Merry and Bright, but you can do have a Merry Christmas, have a Merry and Bright Christmas, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and yours. So lots of ways to mix and match these. And then you can accent with the Holly Jolly and the Oh What Fun script. Really a cool stamp set. We're also going to use a little star from here. So a great little wingman stamp. Let's go ahead and get our Stampin' Pierce mat, because both of these are photopolymer stamp sets, and some basic white cardstock. And our ink is Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade, Crushed Curry. Got the tree from the Merriest Trees, and as you can see, it's bigger than what we used, right? So we're gonna do that fun select a size tree. It really is a cool stamp set for that. In one stamp with a set of dies, you can have trees that are varying heights. Really cool. The other thing that's really cool about this particular stamp is it's a solid, but there's also a stamp that can add details that look like a boughs, or you can use just the boughs and get some really cool variation in the look of your trees too. So there's our granny apple green tree. Now the next thing that I think is so cool about this is our ornaments. We've got this little ornament stamp, and it makes 3 ornaments that are kind of different shapes. Got a like teardrop one and a round one, and then kind of a little squat, I don't know, with a kind of a pointy bottom, looks like a top. And there are 3 dies in the set, so you can cut 9 ornaments, plenty of ornaments to decorate this tree in one pass through the machine. So really cool. I'll show you that in just a minute. We're gonna do a star for the tree topper. This one's also from Marius Trees and has a die. And we want some little bit smaller stars for embellishments. So we're gonna pop those little guys down here. This one is from the Merry and Bright stamp set. And so our words, let's get Merry and Bright. We're gonna stamp those in Poppy Parade. Love this stamp set. Look at that gorgeous, bold Merry image. Bright, super easy to cut and pop up. Very cool. All right, there's our stamping for this project. I'm gonna give all of our die cut items just a second more to dry. We're gonna fussy cut Merry and Bright. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a white border. That's how our dies are gonna cut out the tree, the ornaments, the star. So we're going to follow that pattern with our fussy cutting. All right, we've got our little stars for embellishments, our Merry and Bright sentiment. Now let's get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we'll cut out our Merriest Trees elements. All right, I'm gonna line all these up and cut them out. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you. So for our card, we want our tree to be 4 tiers. So that's how we're gonna cut it out, using the 4-tier die. But before we do that, let me show you the other dies in this set. So here's the 5-tier tree, and here's the 3-tier tree, and here is the 2-tier tree. So a cute little short one right at the front of a scene, right? And then here's the 1-tier. Now this one, I don't think we'd use as a tree, but wouldn't that be cute to make a snowy top for an outdoor tree, where instead of a star on top for like a Christmas tree? So you've got so many options with this one stamp and 5 dies. Just a really cool, I think a little innovative thing from Stampin' Up. Really makes this Merriest Trees bundle even more flexible and useful and open to applications of your creativity. The other thing that I really like about this set is that there are 3 of this ornament die. So you can cut 9 ornaments in one pass, which would make decorating even the 5-tier tree very easy and speedy. So let's go ahead and line all these up and give them a crank. And there it is. There's our little 4-tier tree. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's collect our little ornaments, and we're gonna decorate the tree. All right, I love mini dimensionals because they can easily be cut into quarters and then applied to these small bits. Here's our stars that we're going to use for embellishments, or even in halves and used for these small bits. So that's my preferred method for this, and I do want a little bit of pop. So I've got all of my elements. I'm going to set aside my stars for just a minute. These are sticky, and we're going to go ahead and decorate the tree. So we'll add a star to the top, and then just place our ornaments so that they kind of cascade down the front of our tree. And we're trying to avoid just putting two of the exact same ornaments right next to each other, or getting the look of, you know, like a straight line across the tree. That's all we're doing here, and just adding them a little low, a little high, a little low, and mostly straight. So there's our cute little. Of course, you could put this on if you don't want to cut up the dimensionals, put this on, or if you're making a lot of these holiday cards, sometimes we make a lot of cards. If you're doing that, mini glue dots will make this very fast. You can just put all your ornaments right on a mini glue dot and then pick and stick. It'll be really easy. All right, so here's our card, and here's our in progress, our shortcut card sketch. We've done D, any shape of your choice. That's this gorgeous stack of tags. Now E is any shape of your choice. And you'll see that it's this kind of starburst shape that's behind the tag. And because I say about me all the time, crafty girls do what they want. So instead, what I'm going to do is bring in this 2 3/8 inch circle. It's basic white cardstock, and I cut it with the new 2 3/8 inch punch. And we're going to use that one to kind of spotlight our tree. So let's go ahead and get our tag. We're going to add a little glue to the back of our circle. Now, we don't want to cover up all that gorgeous snowflakes. We want a little bit of that to show from behind. Then our tree, add a little liquid glue and put that to the right. It's going to go off the back of the tag just a little bit, but now it's in that spotlight. Let's get some fibers here. I have got metallic woven ribbon. This is Parakeet Party. And I've also got this Sweet Sorbet Baker's Twine from the In Color Baker's Twine collection. We're gonna double up our Sweet Sorbet Baker's Twine. We're really going for all the textures and all the patterns here. It is definitely a merry, bright, and bold Christmas card. All right, I'm gonna cut the end off of my Parakeet Party. It's a little frayed. And then I've got the loop of my Sweet Sorbet and the end of my Parakeet Party. We're gonna go with the loop and the ribbon, the loop of twine and the ribbon from the front to the back of the tag. Then we're going to go over the top and tie. Careful, it's going to want to get stuck on your ornaments. All right, now we're going to go from the spool over here. We're going to loop, then we're going to take the free end and swoop over the top, tuck where your finger is holding a space, and pull. Loop, swoop, tuck, and pull. You'll get a perfect bow every time, even with 3 fibers. Now we're going to hold the center of the bow and just adjust the size of the loops. You'll see our ears are up, our tails are down. Works every time. Now we're going to cut away from the spool, cut the loopy end off of that side, and now we've got a gorgeous tag with some really fun and festive fibers. Let's glue our tag to the card. I hope that you guys are liking Shortcut Card Sketch number 7 and enjoying this crafting along experience. We're gonna get our little embellishment stars. They've got dimensionals, so let's go ahead and remove the liner, and then we're gonna get our merry and bright. Now, nobody likes a saggy middle, so I'm gonna put one little mini dimensional at each end of the and bright part of the greeting, and I'm going to put a little half in the middle. I know I use a lot of adhesive, but nothing looks sloppier than a saggy greeting, so let's be generous here. And remove the liner. All right, I've got and bright, and I'm going to bring that one in first, and I'm just going to set it down. I'm not going to burnish it down, because then we're going to bring in Mary and make sure that we like the angles and the placement before we burnish anything down. We can add our little star embellishment, one here. I think we're going to move Mary in a little bit so we have room for our other star. Then when we like the placement of everything, we can just burnish that down. And there it is, shortcut card sketch number 7. Be sure to check out the blog, because we've been using shortcut card sketch number 7 for a little while. So in the right-hand menu, you'll be able to search the categories for shortcut card sketch number 7 and see some more ideas what to do with this card sketch. Also, check out our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/kitchen table stamper craft social. The link is in the description below. We will have a conversation pinned to the top of the Facebook group where you will be able to share your shortcut card sketch number 7 cards made with Stampin' Up! Supplies, of course, and see our wonderful community and their ideas with the shortcut card sketch. It'll be a pinned post in our Facebook group. I hope you'll join us. If you've got questions about the holiday catalog, paper sampler, and sketch series, how to get your binder, please email us, staycrafty@kitchentablestamper.com. To shop Stampin' Up! 24/7, buzz over to MarisaAlvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next sketch video.